Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda, and this is Gizmo.
We're the Village's Newcomers, and it's time for...
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
We have had a busy week.
We have.
And it hasn't even been a whole week yet. We're doing something special this week. I'm losing Linda for the next few days, and we weren't going to be able to get Mailbag Monday out for you. So we're taping it a little early. By the way, we never tape anything. That's old days, isn't it?
Yeah.
We record it. Things used to be on tape, so we still call it that way.
Shows your age.
But she's going to a baby shower. We're having a grandbaby number 6, and we're really thrilled about that. She's going away, and I could have done the show on Monday, but I mean, face it, what's Sunny without Cher? I mean, all right, would you watch The Captain if it wasn't for Tennille?
Do you think I can sing?
Or how about that Carpenter's guy? Would you watch him without Karen? I don't think so. So anyway, she's got to be here. She's a huge part of the show. He would have been with me, but you know what? His head's getting too big, all this success. We have a good show for you today. Lots of different topics, from the bond to killing lizards, tickets by the POPO. Hang in there with us, and hopefully you'll hear and learn some exciting things. But I learned something this week.
What's that?
When you have a whole of something, you have 100%, right?
Yes.
We got a printout from YouTube, who's watching our channel. And it said that women make up 68% of our viewers. So we already knew that women are the backbone of America, right?
I know why they're watching.
Why?
Because they like to see you in your tri-cornered hat and your little spandex leggings.
And men make up 32% of our viewers. So, ladies, if your husband's in the other room, go get him right now. Drag him in there and have him watch our show. We appreciate it. But thanks to everybody that does watch. Time for some shout-outs. Our first shout-out this evening goes to Mark Stephen Schmidt and Dr. Linda Succi. They're Village's residents, and Mark is a singer, and that's putting it mildly. He teaches singing, etc. Anyway, they invited us to a wonderful concert up at the Orange
Country
Blossom
Club.
Garden Country Club. Yeah.
A wonderful evening. Oh,
He does concerts. We've never been to another one, but I saw that he does some with various different types of music. We saw him with, I don't know, he was kind of rocking the oldies. It was male singers.
yeah. He did driveway concerts, private parties, lots of different venues that he does.
Yeah, and he gave us a couple of his CDs. So thank you so much. We're
Incredible
going to
singer.
play those. Yeah, I sang all the way home, Mark. Other shout-outs. We'd like to say hello to Nancy from Minnesota, Mia and Larry in their spiffy yellow Newcomers t-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite this week, though, is from Sharon and Mike Bradshaw. You can see them here. We met them at the square. Then they bought their whole family Newcomers t-shirts. And they went back to the square and they made even more friends.
Oh,
So that was really awesome.
very
And,
nice.
yeah. Thank you guys for your support. And it's wonderful to see you. A reminder to everybody, send those pictures with your Newcomers t-shirts and we'll get you on Mailbag Monday. Dave and Kay from Prattville, Alabama saw this in Walmart. Now Gizmo wants royalties. Bob and Kathy in New Jersey. This was so funny. I opened this picture and there they are, chowing down on my favorite thing in the world, extra crispy KFC fried chicken. So Bob and Kathy, thank you for sending that picture. And we want to thank all of you that took time to send us notes and comments this week. Always appreciated.
Absolutely. Our first question is from Deborah. Is every home in the Villages 55 plus?
That would be negatory.
Yeah.
No,
Not every, but pretty close.
it's set up to be a 55 plus community. And I don't know if I think it's federal guidelines say that maybe 80% or the homes should have at least one person that's 55 years old or more. That's 80%. So 20% of the homes could actually have no one 55 years old. That doesn't tend to be the case here. Most places here do have somebody 55. Most places that we know of course, we don't know everything. But we do see a trend where people are buying homes younger and renting them out, or even more often, they're using them as snowflakes. Coming down for 2 months, going home for a month, coming back for a month, going home for 3 months.
Right.
Doing that. From Greg Mundink. My wife and I are currently visiting the villages, and we're amused by the little lizards. They easily escape our footsteps until today.
Oh.
Have you guys ever sent a lizard to the great beyond?
Oh.
We have lizards. We have lizards all over the place. We love them. They're cute.
They are.
They've got these things in their throat that go, they pop out.
Yeah.
I think that's Courtney.
I haven't seen that lately, but I have seen the babies, so this was probably before that. But the babies now are like that big, and they're growing, and man.
Yeah, it's fun. Oh, now, a lot of people call them geckos. They're not geckos. These are actually little lizards. They're called anole lizards, green anole lizards, the Florida anole lizard. When we were kids, they sold them in comic books as chameleons. Do you remember that? I bought one when I was a kid. I had several of them. And they actually turn colors. If they get on a green leaf, they turn green. But they're cool. They're all over.
And as far as stepping on them,
this guy right here, he'll
never
step on them, let me tell you.
I have never stepped on one, and I hope I never do. Ooh.
They are fast. He loves to chase them, and they can climb like crazy. Here's a little picture. I went out for 2 minutes and took this video. You can see that last one must not have avoided somebody's footstep. Or maybe somebody's wiener dog. Greg and Linda write, they wrote a big long letter, I'm just going to read a little part of it, that they love homegrown tomatoes, but they can only get them in the summer because they live up north. Is this something we can look forward to all year in Florida? No way. What is with Florida?
I don't know.
It's hot down here, man. We get the same old hard tomatoes at the grocery store that you get.
Yeah.
I've been looking for that guy on the side of the road, like up in Indiana. Oh my goodness.
Beefsteak. They were just like dripping all over you.
I'm not one. I remember, listen to this. When I was owning that farm and taking care of all the chores on that farm, I hired a crew of Amish to build a barn for me. They got there one day, and the Amish fellow walks down to me and says, "Hello, Jerry. Would you mind if we ate our lunch under your shade tree over there?" And I said, "Sure, go ahead, Wayne. I'm happy for you to." I said, "What are you having today for lunch?" "Oh, we're having some tomato sandwiches." And I saw it. He had 2 pieces of bread, big, thick bread, with gigantic slab of tomato in there.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Not me. Yeah. I like tomatoes, but I just like the essence of tomato. I cut it where you can see through it.
Paper thin.
Yeah, but we don't see them here. Now there is a guy over on 466A that sets up.
Yep.
We need to stop in there, I guess.
We do.
But you'd think you'd get more oranges, beautiful, delicious oranges. You'd get more tomatoes. You'd get more vegetables on. No, not yet. We get ours at Walmart.
Well, you can go down Saturday
Publix
to the market, the farmer's market on Saturday, and get some good fresh vegetables from our farmers. But yeah.
Yeah, you saw our show at the farmer's market?
Yeah, that's great.
You know, the older I get, the more I realize if you want good stuff, you got to pay for it.
That's right.
Jim, Karen, and Cookie, they're frequent letter writers.
They are.
Yeah. They asked the question, what's the average total cost of a bond? Is it $20,000 to $30,000 or more? we ask that question, and it's hard to get a good answer. I'll let you answer it.
Well, I talked to one of the real estate agents that we know, and she said that it's very difficult to tell you that number because it really depends on the area, depends on a certain section of the village. Each village has sections, depends on how many number of homes are in that section. So there's a lot of variables. So, and you really, I didn't get it.
To boil it down, if, let's say it was like an island, like Linden Isle or something like that.
Yeah.
The homes in there may not be as many as there are here. What was there here? 1,550 homes in Dunedin?
Yes. Yeah.
There might only be 800 homes.
Yeah.
But they still need the roads. They still need the golf cart tunnels. They still need all this infrastructure. They divide that with the number of homes. So that bond is going to be more.
Yeah.
And then you've got villas. You know, villas need less. They have less. There may not even be a pool in a villa neighborhood.
Right.
So your bond may be low. We've heard them as low as 18,000. They're probably lower. And we've heard them over 40,000. So it's a range in there. It's collected once a year with your tax bill.
And if you want to know more information, call a real estate agent from the villages. They have a way to finding out for you from that area.
Todd writes, do people receive tickets for violations committed while driving golf carts and riding bicycles? Todd, are you commenting on our videos? Huh?
You think you deserve
Should have been
a
with us the
ticket?
other day when she was driving.
No,
oh
we're
my.
not even talking about
Oh.
that.
That was a close call, let me tell you.
Don't listen.
Yes, you can get tickets, but we've never seen it.
No, we've not seen the.
In fact, when the sheriff was here, I asked him, do you remember?
Yeah.
You can look at that video. If you're driving a cart on the road, on Pinellas Place or Hillsborough Trail, you can get a ticket, or any neighborhood street. If you're on a golf cart path, you're probably not going to get a ticket. And if you're on a golf course, you're certainly not.
No.
You can drive like an idiot out there if you want to. They do give tickets.
Yeah.
Have we seen it? No, we have not. Do we want to see it? No, we do not.
Most people are pretty good with their driving, I think. You know.
Well, your rental golf carts, I think they're gauged way down so that when you come here on a lifestyle, you're going slow.
Yeah.
But once you get that cart, you start messing around with it. You want to goose it up a little bit. And then you're going 24, 25, 26. That's when you get the carts turning over. Low speeds are safer. But as far as tickets, nope. We haven't seen any tickets, Todd. Jerry and Liz write in, and they had another long question, but basically they want to know, are there community gardens here? And since we don't have a space in our yard for a garden, can we go garden somewhere else? What'd you find out?
Well, like Jerry said, there are no personal gardens like that. Even in our community, you have to go pretty much outside the community toward the wood shop on, what's the name of that street? The
Rolling Acres.
Rolling Acres. Right next to that is a garden. And it is called it's a shared garden, Shared Harvest Community Garden in Lady Lake. And so a lot of villagers do work there, but they donate a lot of the food to the community, so they don't keep it for personal. Now, I have heard that there is another church that does a community garden, and this little area and plots around the church where people can do their own gardening and keep that food. So that's kind of neat. Okay. So you may be able to find it, but it's going to be a little bit hard.
We missed the boat on this question. I want to apologize to Sharon. Sharon wrote in saying that they need a golf cart. Help. We're moving here on October 7th, and we need a golf cart ASAP. October 7th is already past, Sharon. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Suggestions. They want to know how would they go about it. Well, from what we hear, people that go down to order golf carts are waiting a long time. Our good friend Nancy, you saw her on the hurricane video, and Tom, the Marine that helps us out so much, they ordered a new cart, and it's been months and going to be more time until it's finished. And we think that's the case for a new cart. And not only carts, but automobiles are backed up because of a shortage of parts. You can buy used. And just like with homes here, the market's up. The demand is up, supply is down. We were lucky. We bought 2 golf carts that were like new, and we got them both used. I think hers had only 37 hours on it when we bought it, and mine had 150 from the Nextdoor app. People sell things there. It's like Facebook Marketplace, but you have to live in this area to participate. You can go to Talk of the Villages. That's another online forum, and people will list things for sale there. Yeah, you're going to have to just beat the bushes and ask around, and you put an ad yourself on Nextdoor. I'm looking for a golf cart. It might stimulate somebody that has 2 golf carts and has been thinking about downsizing. Boom, you might find one.
Well, also, Sharon asked a question about outdoor exercise machines. Do we have them here, or stations? And we do. I actually went through the Village's rec center news that comes on Thursdays and went through each page and counted how many rec centers, and I found 10 rec centers that have exercise equipment outside, so you can do that.
Sharon, this does not happen by accident. You know there are places here.
Woo-woo!
That's a joke. Speaking of being buff and weightlifting and all that, Mac and Melissa want to know, are there actual gyms in the villages for them to go work out, or would they have to travel outside the villages for that? Well, you don't even know this because she was shopping at Walmart, and I went to the MVP gym today and got a little workout in.
I thought you were just kind of...
You thought I was taking that nap for some reason in there, right?
Yeah.
So MVP is right downtown Brownwood. There are a few close, and there's some on the outskirts. So there are gyms here. They're not handy. We don't know any that has a swimming pool.
No.
And there are no free weight machines here in the villages for you to use. You'd have to buy a membership at one of the very few rec centers that have workout rooms.
Like Rohan. And I'm not sure they have a lot of weight things. I know they have bicycles and treadmills and
Well, they would have like what we would call the universal gym,
Yeah.
and things like that. But that's something that was a shock to us when we moved here. There were no indoor pools and no indoor fitness facilities. The one I went to this morning is one of the benefits of being an old timer. When you have a certain Medicare program, you qualify and you can go there free of charge. So that's why I take advantage of that. Bob and Julie ask a good question. Are any of the village's amenities, such as pools, pickleball, tennis courts, etc., shaded? Yes, there are shade for some of the activities. It's a boggler for me.
Boggler.
We play bocce. We have a bocce league. We're getting that going for the fall right now. 2 lizards right there. See them? And the shuffleboard courts all have a beautiful roof on them.
Yeah.
And the bocce is right out in the open.
Hot.
So these 16 old people are dying over here in the heat, and these 16 are over there just shuffling along. I'd like to have a roof over the bocce courts. But the pools will be laid out, and especially in the corners of the pool areas, there will be nice little, what do you call them, pergolas?
There's pergola, and there's areas where you can have a little picnic and picnic tables there. So, yeah, you can find it. And some of the places like Eisenhower has a real shaded area with lots of the live oak trees where you can play bocce.
But for pickleball and tennis, I mean,
They're in the heat.
you had to go to Wimbledon or something to get a covered tennis court. Jerry and Debbie, you see that? There's a bunch of Jerrys, huh?
We've seen 2 Lindas here too.
Some Lindas and Jerrys. I've read that many get quotes for landscaping through Massey. That's a local landscaping company here. And I see their signs around. And do you get a group discount since they service an entire village? Have you thought of this, and what are your thoughts? Well, my thought on that is no company services an entire village here.
No.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
If everybody had their lawn done on Tuesday or whatever the day would be.
Yeah.
But our house is done by a really nice fella. The house next door has the same fellow. But over here, a different company. If we had the same cutter for everybody, the grass would be the same height. The transitions between yards would be nice. But no village has a hired landscaper. It just depends on the individual homeowner. And when I say no village, now we're going to get some letters in from the condos up in Spanish Springs, or maybe a little place somewhere that does have it.
Yeah.
But as far as we know, no village has the same landscapers. Kirsten and Charles are thinking about getting a new home. And their question is one that I had thought of. The lots now for homes, the building sites, they're expensive. If you would get one that would be a view site, one that would look out onto a golf course or onto a preserve, they're expensive. And you might pay $200,000 for that home site. And then you'll go through the design process, and at the end, your home might cost $650,000. Is that $650,000 including that $200,000? Every time the Villages builds a home, and again, is that every time? There may be an exception. It's a total package price for the home and the lot. And when you buy your lot, then you go through the design process knowing whatever you spend on the house is going to be on top of that. So it's not a surprise at the end.
This is from Mia and Larry. Can you have food delivered to your house like pizza or Chinese food, etc.? And that's a yes. We've seen pizza deliveries a lot of places, a lot of
We
times.
had one time.
Yes, we did. And I know there's probably Uber Eats and those kind of things where they'll deliver to your home. But yeah, sure.
More often, she will be here and say, you know what? Chinese sounds good. So we'll get in the cart or the car
Yeah.
and drive to the restaurant and pick it up.
Yeah, pick it up and bring it back home.
Yeah.
But there are deliveries, and
They will deliver.
and they can come in through the gate. They just got to press that button and talk to the gatekeeper if there's one there.
They also ask Mia and Larry about options for home care if they need it down the road. I don't think the Villages gets involved in home care, but there are many
Yes, choices, assisted
choices
living,
here
memory care places.
for that. It's big
Yeah.
business here, as you might expect.
Yeah.
Ron writes, what's the deal with the AEDs on posts in several neighborhoods? And how would you gain access if you ever needed? Well, I'm going to take you out right now and show you a video of the AEDs in our neighborhood. This is just one of the many AED machines you'll see scattered throughout the neighborhoods here in the Villages. This one is in our neighborhood of Dunedin. You can see it's locked up. Each one of us has a key. Once 911 gets a call on a cardiac emergency, we'll be notified 3 ways: by telephone, by text message, and by email that there is an emergency in our neighborhood. We'll come here, we'll unlock the box, we'll take the kit over. If we're first on the scene, we may have to administer this. Let's take a look at what's inside. It's really comforting in a way to know that those machines are out there.
Absolutely.
And there is training. I mean, we have a nice lady down the street here that hosts get-togethers. We've got one coming up real soon in her home where we will talk about it, may even have demonstrations. One day we had a fake drill. We actually got the drill, reported to a house, and there was a dummy laying there on the ground, and we had to, go through the whole procedure. And the fire department came as well. It was a drill for them as well.
Wow.
And so it's nice, and it's, like I said, it's comforting to know.
It is.
Ron and Linda still work and think they will have to work for some time to come. and they wonder about life down here in the villages. I think the perception is that everybody's retired. That's not really the case.
No.
We have quite a few people right around us here that still work full time, but now they're doing
Oh,
telecommuting, right?
right. That's right.
And they work on the computer and get their jobs done. So it's very doable. It's done here. I mean, some people still drive to work. We have friends here that either work at the golf course or work at a local shop or a store. Linda volunteers at a charity, as you know. So you can still do your thing here. Nobody's going to look down on you. It does cut into this wonderful permanent vacation that we got going on here, though. Time for the last question. Are you ready? Are you getting ready, buddy? Getting ready? Fired up? Deborah lives in another community, and it has a lot of the same types of amenities that we have here. It has exercise equipment, meeting rooms, pools, ponds, and a small walkway through the trees. She's thinking about, should she move there or move here? Should this give me a second thought as to whether to move to the villages in retirement? This one is not a golf cart access community. Well, what do you think?
That's the fun of it here is the golf cart community. That is tremendous fun. Just zip along, go to your little Walmart marketplace or go over. It's too much fun.
We had to lower that shade. That afternoon sun was creeping in. Did you see it?
Yeah, we're getting right there.
You are absolutely right. That's the fun of living here. I've said it before. I love the villages. These people here are fantastic. The activities are amazing. If you took away the golf cart aspect, you could be anywhere in any 55 plus community. Even the other 55 plus communities around here don't have the golf cart infrastructure. This place, I told you, it'll be your time in just a minute.
He says he wants to go on a golf cart ride.
Oh, is that what
That's
he was?
what he was saying.
Yeah, he wants to ride. He absolutely loves riding in the golf cart. So he would definitely want to move if we couldn't have the golf carts. But yeah, I mean, if you're comparing a community that's not a golf cart community to one that is, and you're retired, it's so nice not to go out and
Take that big car and try to do a big parallel park. We don't do much parallel parking anymore.
Gas that baby up.
Yeah.
We get gas in these golf carts once every 2 months or 3 months. You know. You ready, buddy? You've all been waiting for it. It's time for Gizmo's segment. Take it away, bud.
You know, I was talking to some of my friends the other day about whether they like to have carpet in their home or the tile floors. And you know what? Most people are getting the tile. But for me, I hate to walk through our house and hear my feet going clickety, 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 clickety on the tile. Plus, the carpet is so nice. I love laying on the carpet. And every single time I come in from going outside with Mommy, she makes me go to the sink and washes off my feet. Like she's afraid I'm going to get the carpet dirty. But I won't, Mommy. I love the feel of the carpet. What do you guys think? You know, some people call me by my real name. I mean, hey, I'm a dachshund. D-A-C-H-S-H-U-N-D. Some people call me a hot dog. Some people call me a weenie dog. Some people call me, well, you know, all kinds of names. But did you know where my name came from? The word dachs is a German word for badger. And Hund means hound, badger hound. They used to put my ancestors down into little holes to hunt badgers. Yep, we're tough guys. So I just thought you'd like to know where my name came from. I love you guys. See you next week.
Great job, Gizmo. Great job, buddy. As usual, we really appreciate you, pal.
You're funny.
Yeah, you're funny. We forgot to tell you. Today, guess what I saw?
What?
I saw one of the village's trolleys rolling along, and it stopped. And I asked the driver, I said, when are the trolley tours going to start up again? And he said, hopefully by the end of the year.
Oh,
So I had doubts as to
to
whether they would ever.
Oh,
I was thinking about seeing if I could buy one of them for not like an RV and taking it out. But that's great.
That's exciting because
So-
that's the charm of the villages. That's part of the charm.
They have 3 tours. They have Spanish Springs. They have
Like Sumter, they have
and
the
then they have
southern
the-
section.
They have the So yeah, it's coming back.
Yay.
And we're glad to hear that. And we'll probably take them. We'll probably go on a couple. It's a
and
free
like that.
tour. It's fun, and that's good news. We'll have another show coming up Thursday. I've still got a couple in the works. I don't know which one I'm going to bring you yet, but you'll see it. I'm going to.
Are you going to miss me? 4
I'm gonna
days.
miss you when you're
4
gone.
days. You can do it.
I can
You
do
can
it.
do it. Are you going to walk Gizmo?
No,
Are you going to feed him?
I'll feed him.
You going to let him sit on your lap? Yes.
I'll feed him.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. We'll have a good time. We'll be batching it, won't we, buddy? That's going to do it for this week's edition of
Mailbag Monday.
Thanks again, everybody, not only for watching, but for sending us these great questions and these wonderful pictures. And we really enjoy meeting you and hearing from every one of you.
If you liked our video today, please press that like and subscribe button. Until next time.
See you when you get here.